Hare Krishna, Namaste. Chapter 12, which is entitled as Bhakti Yoga, Sloka 3 through 5. Ye akṣaram anirdeśyam avyaktāṁ paryupāsate sarvatra-gam acintyaṁ ca kūṭa-stham acalaṁ dhruvam sanniyamyendriya-grāmaṁ sama-buddhayaḥ te prāpnuvanti mam eva sarva-bhūta-hite ratāḥ kleśo dhika-taras teṣām avyaktāsakta-cetasām avyaktā gatir duḥkhaṁ dehavadbhir avāpyate. In the very first sloka, Arjuna asked, between these two worshippers, one is the impersonal worshipper, another one is the personal worshipper, or the one who is Atma worshipper, or the another one who is Paramatma worshipper. Among these two categories, which one gives the result faster? And in the second sloka, Krishna mentions it is those who worship Krishna, him, in his personal form, is best, is greater. But that he did not answer who attains it faster, that comes later. Now, in these three slokas, a set of slokas, gives reason why a person who are inclined towards impersonal Brahman reach their goal with great difficulty, which means there are a lot of obstacles, which means they achieving their goal is going to be delayed. As we mentioned earlier, the second category of worshipper can be taken as impersonal Brahman, the one, the Lord without a form, a Brahma Jyoti, or it can be understood as one's Atma itself. Also, there's another variation by Sri Madhvacharya. He mentions the worship of Sri Mahalakshmi, but we will focus on these two different aspects, the Atma worshipper or the impersonal Brahman. Let's focus on the word by word meaning. Ye, those who avyaktāṁ, unmanifested, that is non-comprehensible to the sense organs, anirdeśyam, indefinable through words such as man, deva, animal, etc. Sarvatra-gam, though existing everywhere, all-pervading, acintyaṁ, inconceivable, beyond the grasp of the mind and the intellect. Kūṭa-stham, unchanging, common to many bodies. Acalaṁ, changeless in nature. Dhruvam, fixed. Akṣaram, that which is beyond the perception of the senses. Indriya-grāmaṁ, all the senses aggregated. Sanniyamya, fully controlling. Sama-buddhayaḥ, treating all sentient beings as equal. sarva-bhūta-hite ratāḥ, devoted to the welfare of all beings. Upāsate eva, who worships te api, they too, mam, me, prāpnuvanti eva, attain me alone. Avyaktāsakta-cetasām, cetasām, having their minds engaged on the nature of the self, which is beyond the grasp of the organs. teṣām, to them, kleśo, the difficulty, dhika-taras, much greater, avyaktāṁ, to the unmanifested, gatir, progress, dehavadbhir, by those who identified themselves with the body, duḥkhaṁ avāpyate, is attained only with great difficulty indeed. Translation: but those who fully worship the unmanifested, that which lies beyond the perception of the senses, the all-pervading, inconceivable, unchanging, fixed and immovable, the impersonal conception of the absolute truth, by controlling the various senses and being equally disposed to everyone, such persons, engaged in the welfare of all, at last achieves me. For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. That completes the word by word and the translation of these 3 slokas. We combine all these 3 slokas in one session because they are very interconnected and related, and the subject matter is same. The terms that are used here are so common between the absolute truth as well as the individual self. Akṣaram, that which not deteriorate, unmodified. Anirdeśyam, that which cannot be identified with certain form. Avyaktāṁ, which cannot be perceived by one's senses. Sarvatra-gam, which is pervasive everywhere. Acintyaṁ, which cannot be understood by some logic. Kūṭa-stham, unchanging. acalaṁ, does not devoid of any changes. Dhruvam, fixed or eternal. So as we can see, these things can be common to both the impersonal form of the Lord as well as to the Atma. We will see more in detail as we get into each one of them. But the point that Krishna is driving here is having these things. It is not an easy program to attain that goal compared to the worship of the personal form of the Lord, which is more pleasing, easy and guaranteed and faster. Krishna is not saying in this manner in these 3 slokas. Krishna is only saying that these are the things involved in attaining the self, attaining the Brahma Jyoti. Meaning, here are the difficulties. Indirectly, Krishna is saying that having seen this, then understand there's an easy process. So he's just comparing without mentioning the second or the personal form, which is much more pleasing to anyone. We will get to that part when we move on to the next following couple of slokas. With that introduction, we will see these terms in detail in the next session. Namaste. Hare Krishna.